where I basically met his mom. We went over to the couch in the corner of the room, and you know, she basically pulled me to the side because she wanted to have like a one-on-one conversation with me. Lewis was also agreeing. He was like, yeah, I could, you know, take you back home tomorrow, just stay the night, like you could sleep in my bed and stuff like that. I was like, sleep in your bed? I was sitting there at the table thinking about a whole bunch of scenarios going on. And I was just thinking and just thinking. And then the devil came on my shoulders and was like, Prince, get up. Get up and go outside. And you know what I did? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. Without further ado, make sure you follow me at _PrinceSham on Instagram. And make sure you add me on Snapchat at PrinceSham7895. So now today we're back with another story time. And today I'm going to basically tell you guys about how my ex-co-worker wanted to smash my motherfucking best friend while telling my best friend how much he loves and appreciates me. But I just want to quickly say, if you haven't yet watched part 1 and 2 to this series, I will highly suggest y'all to run over to those parts, watch those parts, and then come back to this video, because everything will make way more sense once you watch those parts and then you come back here, because it's all connected. Some time went by after that whole situation. No more drama really happened, even though a lot of people saw my story, like when I posted that I was over at Lewis's house and whatever. You know, they only text me one-on-one and we spoke about it, and I basically told him that, you know, his family is super sweet and whatever. But they did start thinking that Lewis and I was a thing. Now, boom, 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 as time went by, we're now at the time when it was coming close to my birthday and my best friend's birthday. Now, we're not going to talk about my birthday because this has nothing to do with my birthday. All this crazy shit, everything happened the moment it came around to my best friend's birthday. Okay, well, pre-birthday, because like, let's say that her birthday is tomorrow, but we went out like today, okay? So it was kind of one of those situations.
You guys, sorry, you guys are not that Where are you going?
Thank you. Badness supposed to go up with your blood clot.
Listen? What you say?
But say, nobody was supposed to go up with your blood clot.
I never go with Mr. Truth. I'm very true. Let me hug you back before I don't see you. Please don't. You're embarrassing. Once again. But I'll try to see you.
I'll be in the moment. Alright, take a picture. Put 0.5.
You don't want to hear with the music.
Just move. Go over to me here.
Okay, move.
My mom.
Okay, go.
Oh, you can see the shoes? Oh, shit. No.
I should have taken your face.
Oh my god. Wait, am I supposed to use this? Yeah.
Wait, do you guys know how to do the side eye thing? I'm sleepy.
As some time went by, you know, Lewis and I was still, you know, close, like really, really close. We talked every fucking day, like I said. We hang out, like we still was, you know, going out with, you know, the co-workers to go party and stuff. We all was still partying. We were partying heavy. You know, Lewis normally would like buy me drinks and stuff. Like every time we go out, we get drunk. Around the time when it was the pre-celebration to my best friend's birthday, my best friend ended up coming over to my place. You know, we got ready from my place, and somewhere down the line, we decided that, well, I decided that we should go by my workplace at the time, because I was basically telling her that if y'all watch the other parts, y'all know who I'm talking about. But I had checked the schedule that day, that night. I had checked the schedule that night, and on the schedule, it had showed that Lewis was working that night, and the bartender. Y'all know the cute ass bartender that I was talking about in the other Storytime? Yeah. So I saw that he was working and Lewis was working. So I came up with the grand idea. We could pregame here, or we could go to my job and pregame from there and then go out.
I knew I should have stayed home.
Now we ended up deciding to go by my job, and we were just gonna order like a whole bunch of drinks and stuff. Plus, you know, at my job at the time, we get like discounts. This night too, I was like, oh my god, I'm looking so cute. I was like, oh my god, I'm looking so cute. Like, oh, the body was tea. Don't get it twisted. The body was tea. The face was tea. But my makeup skills at that time compared to where I'm at now, I have improved a lot. Because now looking back at those videos, I'm like, I don't like it. Like, my best friend looks good, but for me, I'm like, my eyebrows are looking crazy.
I'm not used to the lashes.
Girl, you look fire. So after we had decided to go to my job or whatever so we could pregame, boom, 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 you know, I ended up calling an Uber. We made our way outside to the Uber, got in, boom, 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 bitch, we got at my job. When we walked in, everyone was like, oh my god, like they were going crazy because nobody has ever seen me wear just plain black hair. So they were like really like, they were like, oh my god, Prince, like your hair is just black, it looks really good, and it had like curls at the end too. So it was looking real cute because that at that time for that birthday, I decided that I just wanted to just have black hair. I didn't want any colors on that birthday coming up because me and my best friend, we're both Aquariuses, and her birthday is on the 6th and mine's is on the 11th. And yeah, girls, we made our way around to the bar. We sat down at the bar. You know, the bartender was there. You know, he was like, hey Prince, I didn't know you were coming here. He's so fine, girl. Oh girl. So when he saw us or whatever, we sat at the bar. He was like, what brings you here to the bar tonight? And I was like, oh yeah, it's my, you know, me and my bestie, her birthday's tomorrow. And, you know, from tonight, we're just gonna pregame and go out to have like a pre-party. And then tomorrow is the big thing, basically. So he's like, okay, that's cool, whatever. So he basically asked us what we wanted to drink. We basically told him to like take the lead because that motherfucker could make some drinks, okay? So he already knew that, you know, sweet and fruity is my type of liquor, and, you know, my best friend is the same, like, yeah. So fast forward, he started making us drinks, we started taking shots, boom, 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 you know, we were getting lit. At one point, we ended up, you know, walking into the bathroom and stuff because my best friend wanted to pee. I didn't want to pee. I just wanted to take pictures and videos. So that's what we basically did. You know, we walked into the restroom. She went and she used the bathroom. I, you know, set my phone up. I'm going to put the videos in here too. I set my phone up. I started taking, you know, videos of myself and stuff like that. I was feeling myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling myself. I was feeling the fuck out of myself. I was taking so much pictures, and then my bestie walked up behind me. She kind of like gave me that look, talking about, you know, we started taking videos together. And you know, let me just quickly put in here, my bestie, she's a shy girl, okay? She's a shy girl. She don't really like to be in front of the camera. And my bestie is a bad motherfucking bitch, okay? Period! My bestie's fine as fuck. My bestie is pretty in the face, slim waist, thick thighs, and a big old motherfucking ass, okay? But she is the type of person that she don't really like the camera. Like, I tried to ask my bestie to like come let us make a video together. She just don't like being out there. So even if y'all were to like add her or, you know, follow her on her social media, she don't even post. She don't post. She's not active on anything, okay? That girl just go to school, get her education. She's smart as fuck. Yeah, that's my girl, my bestie. So yeah, like she just go to school, learn, go to work. She's a manager at her job. While I was just there, you know, having my camera propped up, taking pictures and stuff like that, and taking videos, she walks up, looks at me. I told her to like come in the video with me. We started taking videos. She was looking all confused in the videos, so that's why when y'all see the videos, y'all will see what I'm talking about. But she was looking like all confused in the videos, and I was like, girl, like smile, like do something. She was like, you know, bitch, like I don't want to be in the camera. So anyways, we took like a couple snaps or whatever, and yeah, and I took like a couple, you know, pictures of her. After all that or whatever, girl, we walked back outside to, you know, where the bartender was. We sat down, you know, we kept on drinking, you know, having like tequila shots after shots. Tequila always fucked me up. Like, I was already tipsy, girl, but when I tell you, when we kept taking them motherfucking shots, bitch, I kept traveling. Yeah, while I was there or whatever, boom, boom, boom. While we were there taking shots after shots after shots, we were talking to, you know, the bartender, you know, and stuff like that. Me and the bartender was making plans for me to basically come over to his place. We were making future plans and stuff. So, yeah, so fast forward, after a while of me and my bestie just being at the bar or whatever, Lewis ended up getting off of work. So Lewis got off work or whatever, and he basically came around the bar, because during this whole time I forgot to mention that I was in fact texting Lewis, because Lewis was texting me like throughout that whole day, and you know, he already knew the plans with, you know, me and my bestie. When Lewis had came around, he sat at the bar, you know, I introduced them both to each other. Lewis then eventually started ordering us like shots, like we were taking shots. Now during this night, Lewis was never, let me repeat, Lewis was never supposed to come out with us this night. Because at one point we were basically on our phone trying to like find places where we could go, because we didn't know where is like open. So we basically was like looking up like on, you know, maps and stuff on Google and stuff to basically see where it's open. And then while we were all sitting there and stuff, Lewis ended up asking us like, where are we going tonight? And we were basically like, we don't know. Like, that's what we're still trying to figure out. We're still trying to like, you know, look on Google. So after we said that we don't know, whatever, Lewis looked at me and he was like, I know a spot. After a couple drinks and a couple shots in, like, Lewis was paying for every motherfucking drink. And I believe Lewis also took the bill of the drinks that we also took prior. So it was crazy, girl. He paid for everything. After that or whatever, you know, we said our goodbyes to the bartender, you know, everyone else. And then Lewis ended up calling an Uber. He was just spending money. He did not give a fuck. So the Uber ended up arriving. We went outside, got an Uber, Few moments went by. We finally got at the spot, you know, we got out of the Uber, we made our way into the bar. It wasn't crowdy. The music wasn't our type of vibe. I'm not going, at first at least. At first the music was not our type of vibe. But it was really a chill spot. Like, there was not a lot of people, and whatever. Anyways, we found this spot in the bar where we walked over to, we sat down, we started talking. The waitress came over. She asked us if we're ready to order after a while, you know, of us going through the menu or whatever. We didn't know what we want, so we asked Lois to basically, you know, pick the drink, something yummy, something delicious, something strong. Lois kept ordering us drinks because he told us that, he told me that we don't need to worry about paying for the bill that night. It's all on him. So I was like, okay, like, you want to spend more money, that's all you. But I was like, okay, girl, but I wasn't planning on taking too much more of the drink, bitch, because I was already fucked up. So I was like, girl, I really don't want too much. So, and my best friend, she's like me. Like, she's not lightweight though. She could drink and not get fucked up. Like, yeah, and she wasn't like drinking at that point too as much because somebody got to take us home. No. So while we were there at the bar, at the table, whatever, we were, you know, chatting it up or whatever, Louis eventually got us this sweet ass cranberry drink. It was strong as fuck. Anyways, we got that, we started sipping. I don't know what conversation we were having at this point, but somewhere down the line, this man started like telling my best friend how much he likes me and stuff like that. And I was just like, I was literally like this, just at the table, just looking at him, listening, just cheesing away. Girl, I was just like loving everything that this man was saying about me. So, you know, he was just, you know, telling my best friend how much he likes me and stuff like that. And, you know, he's trying to get to know me and stuff like that or whatever. And my best friend is like, oh, you're so sweet. So, when my best friend was like at the table, whatever, even though he was saying all this sweet stuff and I was cheesing, she already knew right away that, you know, Louis wasn't my type at first, but I started liking him after a while. So boom, boom, while we were just there talking or whatever, we were having a conversation, yada, 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 one thing led to another, where my best friend got up because she wanted to use the bathroom. So she got up and she went to the restroom or whatever, and Louis and I was just at the table. Louis felt comfortable enough after everything that he had said that motherfucking night, bitch. That made us feel like, that made me feel like, oh my God, he's so sweet. My best friend was like, oh my God, I like him. He's so cool. Tell me why the moment my best friend got up from the table and walked to the bathroom, because normally we will go to the bathroom together, but I didn't want to leave Louis there by himself. Anyways, tell me why while I was sitting there and my best friend already went to the bathroom, we were sitting there, me and Louis was talking. Tell me why Louis felt so motherfucking comfortable to turn to me and express his feelings for my best friend to me. Again, this was the first time they're meeting.
First time?
Yeah.
It's not like they've met before. It's not like, you know, this is like a continuous thing. This is the first night.
At that moment, she fucked up.
Tell me why Louis felt so comfortable to turn to me and look me in the motherfucking eyes to tell me that, hey Prince, let me see your best friend right there. I will fuck the shit out of her.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck do you got going on. Are you okay?
leaving an option?
You said what now? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? So, I was just sitting at the table like, when he said those words, when he mouthed those words to me, like, it just was not processing in my head. And I pretended like I didn't hear him. So, I then went ahead and I was like, huh? Like, what you said? And he came up closer. And he repeated himself. No. And I was so motherfucking confused. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I never thought I would have ever caught feelings for this man. But when he mouthed and said what he said that night, I felt a piece of my heart broke immediately. I'm gonna be honest. I was hurt because what the fuck do you mean? Like, what? After, you know, him and I was going back and forth and I started questioning him at some point because I was just like, I want to know more. You know, what's going on up there in your brain this whole time? Okay, so, oh, my hands is like literally sweating, bitch. So, after a while, you know, of me and him going back and forth and stuff, like, you know, a few minutes went by, my best friend walked out of the restroom, she came up to the table, she sat back down right next beside me. She looked at me and she was like, what did I miss?
God have mercy upon us.
It's like God knew, but something or someone whispered in Lewis's, you know, ear and told that man to get up from the table. But the next thing I know, Lewis got up from the table and he was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. Good choice. Good choice. So he got up from the table. He went. I turned around and I looked my best friend in the face and I was like, girl. I was like, girl, you would not believe what the fuck Lewis just said to me. And she was like, what? She was like, what? And I was like, bitch. I was like, bitch. Girl. I was like, girl. Lewis just whispered in my ear that he would fuck the shit out of you. So when I said that, my best friend was like, huh? I can laugh right now because it's so fucking funny right now. Like, but in the moment, I was saying it with such a serious face. I was like, girl. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. She was like, but he just said all that stuff about you. What? I was like, girl, I don't know. Like, I'm so confused. So, after a while of me and her just talking or whatever, Lewis eventually came out of the bathroom. He came back up to the table. Quiet. It was silent. You could hear a pin drop in that motherfucker. It was quiet. Nobody was talking. My best friend was looking like around. I was just like staring at Lewis. Lewis was looking around. I then looked at my best friend. My best friend looked at me. We basically was like communicating to each other without even saying a motherfucking word. And then somewhere down the line, Lewis asked my bestie for them to go outside.
Keep playing, ho.
That's how it's gonna sound when I snatch your motherfucking hair from the roots.
My bestie looked at me after Lewis asked his question. And I looked at my bestie and I just nod. And she nod. And she got up from the table and they walked outside. Now, while I was at the table by myself, bitch, I just started thinking about a whole bunch of different scenarios going on, girl. And me in my motherfucking drunk state, bitch, like, I was going. I was seeing demons standing, surrounding a bitch. I was going, bitch. I was thinking about the worst scenarios. I kinda need a break. Hold on. I was sitting there at the table thinking about a whole bunch of scenarios going on. And I was just thinking and just thinking. And then the devil came on my shoulders and was like, Prince, get up. Get up and go outside. And you know what I did? I motherfucking listened, bitch. I got up from that table and I walked outside. When I got outside, they were standing at the corner. Her back was leaning up against the wall. He was in front of her just talking. I just walked outside. I didn't like walk up to them. I knew my best friend, my bestie's gonna tell me everything either way, so yeah. I walked outside and I started like walking around. I was also wearing heels. My feet was killing me, okay? So I was just walking around outside and stuff, and then boom, Louis looked to the side, he saw me, and then he must have said something to my best friend and they walked over to me. So we all started having a conversation outside. For some reason the wind started picking up, bitch. It was colder than a motherfucker. We decided to go back inside. Now when we got back inside, Louis basically was asking my best friend, while we were there sitting, having a conversation, somewhere down the line, Louis turned to my best friend and asked my best friend for a kiss. Okay, you trying to fuck with me. Wait. Okay, keep calm. The alcohol is tinkling. I was like, okay, interesting. So he asked my best friend for a kiss. I looked at my best friend looks at me. My best friend looked back at him. She was like, hell no. Like, hell no. Louis kept asking over and over. And at this point, he was fucking drunk. He was drunk. I'm not gonna lie. We weren't the only drunk one. He was drunk too. And as much as I could like blame it on the alcohol, I don't believe it was the alcohol. Louis was already out there. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point because, you know, he already started mingling with the girls at work. Then I got caught up in it. Now he trying to get my best friend in it. Crazy. While we were there, and Louis kept asking over and over for a kiss from my best friend, and my best friend kept telling him no. No, 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 no. My best friend kept saying no, and he kept asking. And he was just begging over and over for a kiss from her. No fucking respect. Anyways. He was just begging for a kiss from my best friend. My best friend kept declining. At some point, I then turned to my best friend. This is fucked up, but I turned to my best friend. I was like, you know what, bestie? Go kiss him. Go kiss him. Because he's begging. Like, go kiss him. My bestie looked at me. She was like, are you okay? No, girl, go kiss him. He's desperate. You know, he want to kiss so bad. Just go kiss him. I'm going to be fine. Just go. The whole time I'm saying this, like, I'm plotting in my head that I'm cutting Louis the fuck off. Like, I'm blocking him on everything. Because at this point, like I said, I had his number. We added each other on Snapchat. We had each other on Instagram. He knew about my YouTube, like, everything. So, at one point, they got up from the table or whatever, and they went outside. Well, they didn't went outside. They went, like, they were still in the bar, but they went to this corner where this other door was. And behind that door, I think that was an extra exit. I don't fully remember, but it was inside the bar. So they went into that section or whatever. Let me just quickly clear up, because this is my best friend we're talking, okay? My bestie is not that type of girl. We're not the type of person to take each other's man, even though he wasn't my man. But like, she's not that type of girl, okay? So let's just clear it up and don't do my bestie. So yeah. Anyways, when they had went to the room or whatever, he kept asking. I believe they were talking at first. They were talking, and then he just kept asking her for a kiss. And then I went to that door because, you know, I wanted to see, like, I'm nosy bitch, so I wanted to see what's going on. So I ended up opening that door. I saw them all the way down close to the second exit to the bar or whatever. And she was just there talking to him. She was just saying, no, 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 no. I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. And he was just begging. And the moment I stepped out, they turned around. Louis looked at me and he was like, she's about to kiss me. Like,
open your mouth again and I'll nail it shut.
Like, now that you walk out here, she's not going to do it. I'm like, she wasn't going to do it any motherfucking way. She wasn't going to do it. I know my bestie. She is not going to do it. Because he was really upset that I walked to the back. I disturb his moment with my bestie. I disturbed it. So he was all pissy booed. My best friend walked over to me. She was like, you want to go? I was like, yep, I'm ready to go. You know, we walked out. We walked back around the corner into the bar. We grabbed our stuff. I had to stop and get up and, like, you know, because the storage was full or whatever. So I need to speed this part up. Anyways, so yeah. So after we walked out of the, you know, the section where we were at, we walked back into, you know, the main bar section. And, you know, we picked our stuff up and we basically was about to head out. He looked at us and he, you know, he was calling us and whatever. We turned around. He was like, are y'all leaving? And we were like, yeah, like we're going home. And he was like, wait, I can call another Uber and you know, stuff like that. And we basically just told him no, like, we'll call our own Uber. We're going home. Like, you get home safe. Like, you get home safe. So, after we said that or whatever, we basically just didn't say goodbye or whatever, because I was over it. I was upset as fuck. I was mad as fuck. My best friend was just annoyed because she was like, yeah, that was weird. And fast forward, we left in our Ubers. We came back to my place. Along the whole ride, me and my bestie was talking about the whole situation. We were laughing at some point too. Like, at the end of the day, it was all entertainment for us. Like, we were keying in the back. We were keying in the back of that motherfucking Uber. We were talking loud, so the Uber driver was like hearing everything, and he was also joining in on the conversation, and we all was just keying in that Uber heading home. So fast forward, the Uber let us off. We got into my apartment. We talked some more about the situation. You know, I blocked him. At this point, I blocked him on everything. So yeah, he was texting down my phone. So anyways, after that whole thing, he did, in fact, yeah, he was texting my phone. He even got like someone else's phone and started texting me from there, asking to like unblock him because he noticed that the messages weren't going through. So obviously I blocked him. And stuff like that, and you know, boom boom, at work I avoided that motherfucker. I avoid the shit out of him. I did not want to talk to that man. So yeah, so every chance he got, like, he tried to like have a conversation with me while we were there. He was like, I know I fucked up. I'm so sorry. He was just pleading to a bitch, but I did not want to hear that shit. So, yeah, so after some while, like, after that happened, and then more drama started happening at my job that involves me, I was like, it's time for me to go. I literally woke up one morning, I was like, I'm not going into work. And that's exactly what I did. I sent a long paragraph to my boss, basically not talking about any of the drama, just basically thanking him for the opportunity for me to work at his, you know, his business and stuff. And I just thanked him for everything, because when I first got hired at that job, I was broke. I was broke. Bitch, I was broke as fuck. And he helped me, because he was, even though they took advantage of my kindness, because every time when they asked me to do stuff, I would be like, yes, 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 yes. It was all yes. Like when they want me to come in, when someone called in, I was like, yes, I could, you know, I could come in. Yeah, but I am still grateful that that man gave me a job so I could pay those motherfucking bills, because those was killing me. Anyways, so I sent him a long letter, thanked him for everything, and then I just basically did not show up back to the... He also tried to call me, my boss. He also tried to call me, but I did not want to talk. Like, I literally woke up that day, and before I decided that I wasn't going to show up, before I had sent the message, I woke up that day and I checked the schedule. The schedule was what I checked. Saw that Lewis was working that day and we were going to work side by side, meaning on the same station. I knew we had to talk, we had to communicate. Did not want to speak to that motherfucker.
Fuck that nigga.
So yeah, that was one reason why I did not show back up. And two, the other is the dumb weird ass hoes that was there. Did not like them bitches. They were fake as fuck, two-faced as fuck. I did not want to do it, girl. So I said, fuck it, not going. So yeah. And then like a couple months later, I then found out that one of my favorite co-workers that was there, he passed away. That shit broke me, bitch. I started bawling. Like, bitch, that shit hurt. Like, oh, he was so sweet. He was also an Aquarius. He was like a big heavyset guy, but like he was so, like, his heart was so, oh, I still remember his face in my brain. May his soul rest in peace. That man was so kind. Oh my God. But, you know, and that also like made me realize that I made a great decision not showing back up to that job, because that same guy that died, like the way they were talking shit about that man every single time, because he told us that he was sick and he was like dealing with health issues. So when he would work, oh my God, I'm getting emotional again. When he would work on the line and stuff, he would have to get off of line just to like go chill and stuff. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Ooh, this is not an emotional video. So he would normally tell us that he needs to go take a break.
Bitch, I know you're not about to cry.
And go sit, like, to, you know, rest. And then he would come back and work or whatever. The boss knew this or whatever. Anyways, the people that I was working with, them weird ass hoes, they used to mock this man and basically just taunt him. And not taunt him in front of his face, but just like talk shit about him and talk about, oh yeah, he's lying, he's not sick, nothing is wrong with him, and da da da. But then when the man is dead, they're all like, oh my God, my heart hurts. Like fake ass hoes, like fuck them bitches. Ooh, bitch, like, ooh, I'm getting mad all, you know, let me just stop this video. Anyways, so that was that, and that I basically quit the job, and I was like, girl, fuck it, I'm good, girl. So yeah, and after that, I never saw or seen Lewis anywhere. I still wish him nothing but the best, you know, out there in life. Life is crazy. Wish him nothing but the best. You know, I hope he finds nothing but happiness and whatever he's been searching for. But yeah, that was basically it.